Hello and welcome back everybody to this HeflaTV presentation of the Join Dota League season number 3, a 2-game series, and we are in game number 2 between my carry can't be this Kawaii and Fab5. Both of two teams didn't get to tag themselves up for this game, man, sloppy plays. But nonetheless, game 2 it is. My name is Coacher and I am joined by Whiplash.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to game number 2. I have to say, aside from my carry can't be this Kawaii, played pretty darn solid, man. I was definitely a big fan of that Windrunner play, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little bit of a respect band towards that. And yeah, overall not bad play from him, but we will see a Doom actually slip through the ban phase, as both the Brewmaster and the Viper getting removed by Kawaii, while from the other end, Fab5, they remove a more standard, the Lycan, the Razor, and they still get the Doom out of it.
Yeah, the Doom is just such a crazy strong hero, and of course there are so many other like top tier picks as it is, but Enigma maybe Faceless Void to follow, just go for epic wombo combo. And funny enough, I saw a game yesterday when one team had Enigma Faceless Void and the other team had Doom as well, and all those three heroes had Refresher Orbs.
I mean, the heroes can certainly do well with the Refresher Orb, so if you can get to that stage, it's a completely viable item on all of them. Well, I'm curious, though, if Fab5 will pick up the Skywrath. They didn't really get to use it to great effect in game number 1, but I would probably like to see it either as a pickup or a ban by them, so we can't see the Dire pick it up in Phase 2, and, well, there it is, Skywrath picked up.
Yeah, it's just such a strong hero, and that gives them double silence, and Ancient Seal can also be such a effective spell against Enigma, just stopping the black hole. Or even if you don't get the Ancient Seal, you can still just set down the Mystic Flare, or give Enigma an ultimatum, whether he just stands and channels the black hole regardless, or just moves away from the Mystic Flare to save his own life.
Yeah, and we'll see a Nature's Prophet banned out by Fab5. We saw Supercell go for the interesting item choice of 4 Null Talismans into Blade Mail into Maelstrom last game, so none of that coming around this time. And from the other end, the Disruptor has been banned out. Now we'll see what these other bans come through as we finish up the second phase of bans. But overall, the Enigma, Faceless Void versus the Doom and Skywrath. What are you liking the more so far?
What lineup I'm liking more, or what picks? Was that the
Yeah,
question?
what one? Yeah, what do you like more so far?
Well, to be honest, I can never say no to wombo combo, so I'm gonna have to run with the Dire side.
Alright, fan of the Wombo combo. I suppose the DPS from Fab5 is a little bit more directed and focused on shutting down players, which they do have, but I suppose that Kawaii, they focus on shutting down an entire team. Just gotta worry about those cooldowns.
Yeah, I mean, it's just overall, I do love an Enigma. Faceless Void, it's like, I'm getting tired of that hero, to be honest, since it's picked up so damn often. But Enigma just such a great jungler, and early rotations, some Enigmas just decide to rather farm up the Soul Ring into the mech before actually leaving the jungle and then helping out with the pushes. Whereas some Enigmas go early on, just help out with the Malphite, just ganking lanes. And the Malphite is such a strong ability ever since it got changed that it does more mini stuns now from the get-go. So
No, that's true. All of Enigma's abilities are just amazing, man. Like, you can't go wrong with the Enigma, I feel.
yeah, I guess it's most susceptible to just the early 5-man rotation by the other team through the Enigma's jungle and just warding up everything.
Well, I suppose so. Now, we have seen the final bans for Phase 2. It will be the Ancient Apparition banned out once again by Kawaii, and it's another, I guess, hero that's been banned out that was effective last game, the Earthshaker, being removed from the pool. So it looks like Kawaii will be playing with quite a different lineup than last game. They picked up the Shadow Demon, so giving them a lot more control when it comes to the laning and team fights using that Disruption ability. And we'll have to see what the opposition wants to go as far as their third pick is concerned.
And I'm almost positive at the moment that Kawaii will pick themselves up an Invoker now, because it would be just so much external damage coming into the Chronosphere, as was the Black Hole if need be. And even early on, as a roaming support, the Shadow Demon solo roaming could set up so much thanks to the just disruption into Sunstrike. But now Fab5, Wraith King, probably a carry one, or do you predict otherwise?
Well, I personally really like the Wraith King when combined with the Skywrath as far as supporting goes. They're a very strong roaming duo, and Man Culture, you called that run right on the spot. Invoker picked up to kind of add to that Wombo combo. The combination between that and the Shadow Demon's disruption ability will be very useful indeed, not to mention the damage inside the Chronosphere. So, are we going to get any more global from the Dire? Is that what we are looking to see here from their final pick?
Oh, we might. I mean, I can't recall what their last pick was yesterday. They had the 3 core heroes were the same: Enigma, Faceless Void, and the Invoker. In the game of the Refresher Orbs, it was a 67-minute long game. And
wow!
I'm just gonna check their lineups there because I'm pretty sure that the Doom as well as a carry Wraith King were on the enemy team then.
Gotcha. Well, as far as global heroes are concerned, they've gotten rid of the Nature's Prophet and the Apparition, so none of that coming out when it comes to the global team fights. And I don't know, maybe it's like a Tinker, or maybe it's like a weird Gyrocopter that gets his Hagnum Scepter. Who really knows? But moving over to Fab5's lineup, Wraith King, I guess it could still be either way as far as a carry or support, but I am feeling like it's more of a support. They grab the Templar Assassin for the mid lane, a very powerful mid laner. I'm sure she will do just fine against the Invoker. And that leaves us to our final 2 bans as well as picks.
Yeah, and I just checked at the lineups as well that they were running. It was an Earthshaker instead of the Shadow Demon, and then it was a Mirana to just finish it up as a safe lane farmer for Kawaii yesterday. And they were up against indeed a Wraith King as well as a Doombringer, but a little bit different now, of course, already as it is. And Templar Assassin, like you said, is pretty good against the Invoker mid lane. Death Prophet even banned out just in case. I'm not too sure. I guess they could have ran like a safe lane Invoker or a safe lane Death Prophet there. Just even more teamfight damage coming out. So not a bad ban, to be honest.
I mean, there's still a good chance that this Faceless Void ends up in the off lane, as it ended up in game number 1. So really, it's either an off laner or a safe laner coming out from Kawaii. We'll have to see what they pick. They have a lot of reserve time left, so they'll probably think about this pick pretty thoroughly before finally deciding to go with it. But any thoughts on what this final pick may be, Couchor?
Well, to be honest, nothing really pops to mind. I guess Gyrocopter wouldn't be too bad of a hero at the moment. Rocket Barrage could be used to deal with the Templar Assassin, but no, it's a Troll. So I guess now the Troll ban from the last game makes a little bit more sense, maybe?
I suppose, like, as in, I guess Fab5 know that the Troll Warlord will occasionally be picked up by Kawaii. That's their final pick. So where does this leave them as far as laning is concerned? Is it going to be that safe lane Invoker and a Troll mid-fist off lane, or are we looking at something a little bit different?
To be honest, I haven't seen Troll all that much to begin with, so I'm not really an expert on how well Troll should fare up against the Templar Assassin mid lane. Do you have any insight regarding that?
I think the Troll Warlord will do better than a lot. Just the Whirling Axes in general provides a lot of damage mitigation. And the stacking attack speed from Fervor will help remove those refraction charges pretty fast, but still, Temple Assassin is just an annoying hero to lane against in general. And look at that, the final pickup, it's going to be the Silencer. What a way to put a nail into the coffin of those potential Wombo combos. I am not a fan of Silencer. He is so annoying to fight against, but in the right situations, such a potent hero. We'll have to see though if he's ran as a support or carry.
Yeah, it can be still either one, to be honest. I mean, usually against Wombo combos I prefer Wraith Kings to carry, but Silencer wouldn't be too bad, and judging by who picks it up, then he played the Viper last time around, so in this case, to be honest, I prefer Silencer in a carry role as it is. Just get the guaranteed farm, the levels as well of course, and have that fast Aghanim Scepter if that's what he's going for.
Okay, and it does look like, based on who's picked up what heroes, we will see a mid-troll warlord and a safe lane invoker. But on top of that, I'll go ahead and start introducing these teams. Over on the Radiant end, we have Fab5, who have, looks like both teams forgot to kind of tag up this game. Regardless, on the Silencer, who looks to be in a farming role, it will be Demdem. And then moving over to the Templar Assassin, who should be in that mid lane, it will be TOP. And as the off lane Doom, who is not with the rest of his team, it will be Kavorka. And then support number 1, it's the Skywrath Mage, Amelie. And then finally, on the support Wraith King, it will be Gimli on the Wraith King.
Yes, and for the side of Kawaii on the dark side, Supercell actually at the moment in the safe lane of the Troll Warlord might get actually a bad surprise for himself, but no, not yet, as Yusi, the stand-in, will be playing the Shadow Demon. He gets scouted out Gimli. Can he get the Brave for Blast? The slow comes out from the concussion shot. And yes, Gimli, he's gonna get the range Brave for Blast. Does connect just before the disruption.
That was so close. And now he'll be silenced as well. Easy first blood. That is so nice for the Silencer. He's got to be happy about picking up 2 intelligence in the earliest stages. Not the end of the world for Shadow Demon, but he's not happy about it.
Yeah, definitely not, but to go over the rest of the lineup as well, Sai will be playing in the jungle on the Enigma, leaving Chalice on the Invoker in the mid lane, and June once again on the off lane Faceless Void. And man, Silencer getting a good start. It's probably the last thing that Kawaii wanted to have happen.
Yeah, man, I mean, on top of that, the Wraith King, he picked up the invisibility rune from the top lane. This means that Invoker, okay, he's actually heading towards the mid lane, so things have changed up a little bit, but there is definitely a lot of kill potential here with the Skywrath Mage as well as the Wraith King just kind of waiting here. Invoker playing pretty darn safe, though. He does not want to get caught out of position, but there is no wards to kind of let him know what's going on. There's the stun. We'll see some damage coming in from the TA, slow from the concussive shot. This should be another easy kill, and down goes the Invoker.
Holy crap, this game is starting so damn good for Fab5 at the moment. It's really the dream start more or less for them. But then on the offlane on the Silencer, the supports of course probably will come now to help him out as well. Whereas the Dire supports, they're rotating away from the top lane, so then he's gonna be just fine against Troll Warlord. He already has a level advantage as it is. So we can just bully him solo even if need be.
Yeah, I mean, this is really the dream start for Fab5. Much different than game number 1, where things were kind of close, and then just they really spiraled quickly out of control for Kawaii. So in the top lane, we will see just a standard duo lane, and Enigma in the jungle. Looking over to the off lane, it is like you said, that Faceless Void against the Doom, so both of those heroes will be pretty okay with that lane. And then I really thought it was going to be the Invoker safe lane troll mid, but that is not the case.
Yeah, it's actually good. I guess Invoker is a little bit more level dependent, although Troll definitely wants some of his own as well. But Gimli, he's already in his position. Maybe wants to tango a few trees and even dive the tower, but he gets spotted out. But when you were introducing top or TOP before, I just got it into my mind. It's like Templar overpowered.
Really, Couchor?
Yeah,
right,
that's
man.
Literally when you introduced it like that, like letter by letter, I was like, that's the only thing I thought about.
Well, there is a StarCraft player that had the same name, so I always called him TOP. And, well, he has a good start. He's picked up the double damage, so mid lane, the Invoker won't have the best time. Templar Assassin already up to 13 last hits compared to the paltry 5 of the Invoker, and also 7 denies. So the mid lane looking very good for Fab5 thus far. The Silencer as well has been finding a good amount of farm, but Troll Warlord isn't too far behind, but I feel like this gap is only going to widen as the game progresses on. This is just such an annoying lane to deal with. They got a lot of stuns, they have a lot of lockdown, and most importantly and annoyingly, they have the Silencer.
Yeah, at the moment, definitely Kawaii has to bank a lot on the Enigma, just getting in the early start, making up for the gold and XP difference that they're otherwise losing in just last hits. So we'll see if the Enigma can make some early rotations. Bottom lane Chun, he's completely man-fighting Kavorza. Of course, he has a poor man shield, so Doom's right clicks really don't do all that much. And even picked up an Orb of Venom for the extra harass.
I like it.
Both players have Orb of Venoms, man. Oh, wow.
I mean, why not? They're really going after each other. The problem is the Scorched Earth is going to give a bit of an advantage to this Doom, but he is still actually in a lot of trouble. Running around the Sunstreak goes completely off the mark, and it's just a ring around the rosy from the Doom. And neither heroes end up really dying. Healing stuff forced to be used by this Faceless Void, however.
Oh, Sai might be in trouble, although the courier could have Kingdom and Vision. No, Brave Fire Blast still connects.
Yeah. There's the stun, concussive shot follow-up, and yeah, this Enigma, he realizes that he's not going anywhere. And they're even going to give the last hit to Templar Assassin, who basically just comes in for the extra gold.
But bottom lane Doombringer gonna get disrupted up. Will we see Sunstrike? Is it still on cooldown? No, it's not, but it's not even gonna get casted. There's the Time War coming in. The Sunstrike, it's off target, but doesn't matter in the end. Soul Catcher provides enough extra damage, so June gets himself that kill finally. So they get themselves on the board, and they really need it.
Definitely. Silence are having a great time in this top lane, however. I really do like how they decided to just run an aggro tri-lane using these heroes, because they all perform very well in the lane scenario, provided the Silencer, of course, has a little bit of support and is not in any, near danger. And with the Enigma in the jungle, it just means that that top lane is not going to be so powerful. But bottom lane, it looks like the Shadow Demons just decided to give the Faceless Void a little bit more support, and they want to focus and shift their, farming roles to allowing that Faceless Void to get a bit more farm.
Yeah, at the moment it definitely felt like they wanted to actually make a go on the Doombringer. I mean, they had the disruption, they even have the Chronosphere, but I guess Jalias in the mid lane on the Invoker was like, guys, I don't have mana for Sunstrike, wait. But now when the Clarity is up, he has to make sure that the Clarity actually doesn't get cancelled by Lucky.
They're going to go on to the Troll Warlord. He's silenced up the stun follow-up as well. We have a teleport rotation coming into that top lane. It is the Shadow Demon. He could throw out a disruption, but they still get the Troll Warlord. And now Enigma's joined the fight as well. This could mean the death of this Silencer. He's so low on health. 1 or 2 more hits. He uses the Healing Salve, but it's enough. It's going to allow him to survive. Now, will he run away? Oh, the Shadow Poison, though, it ticks, and that will be his death.
Yeah, a little bit unlucky there, but really
check out this Skywrath Mage Man. He's trying the escape, but nah, he'll be caught out by the Enigma. And, yep, down he goes. Yeah, I feel like in that engagement, the Silencer, he could have either juked the Shadow Poison a little bit. Oh, looks like Faceless Void died in the offlane as well to that solo Doom. He did use his ultimate to secure that kill, however.
Yeah, caught the tail end of that, just the last right-click landing, more or less. So, 5-3, still Fab5 holding the advantage, but just really important kill, especially on the Silencer on this top lane just before. And of course, even if Kawaii they're falling behind at the moment, they still have the wombo combo to just potentially rely on, and if they have their ultimates, Fab5, even if they have a huge advantage, just breaking high ground will be extremely hard. Of course, Silencer will, hopefully, for them, just alleviate the pressure a little bit with the global silence, just breaking the ultimate.
Yeah, that's true. I still feel like, looking over at Fabulous 5's lineup, like, they're great into the late game. They have a lot that they can do there. The Wraith King can even transition into a bit of a carry if so required. He's up to 4 assists at this point. And, well, they throw a concussive shot onto the Troll, but he backs away. He's A-okay. So nothing crazy there. But, yeah, I mean, I think he's A-okay. Meanwhile, Templar Assassin taking a little bit of harassment from the Shadow Demon, bringing her down pretty low on health. She needs to find some type of regeneration.
Yeah, I mean, he has to be a little bit careful, but he's just like, guys, you can't kill me. I'm gonna stay here forever and ever and just farm up, be a pain for the Invoker. And just looking at the last hits...
Uh-oh, mid lane. This is going to be bad. This could be a death. There's the silence, though, but it's not enough. Thanks to the Cold Snap, the combo gets the kill onto the TA mid lane. And now I want to shift my focus to the supports from Fab5 in the enemy jungle. It looks like everybody knows about this coming in from Kawaii, and they will scare away the supports, just throwing out a concussive shot from the Skywrath. And actually, Shadow Demon will teleport bot lane as there is a Doom once again onto the Faceless Void. They throw the disruption onto the Doombringer, however, and he is forced away.
Yeah, really nice rotation. Actually, what I want to point out is the Shadow Demon. Of course, the Enigma being in the jungle meant that the Shadow Demon is going to get more XP as it is anyway, just leeching it from the lane or rotating around for some kills, but he's already level 6. And once again, we see Kawaii supports being just far out-leveling the side of Fabulous 5. I mean, Skywrath Mage, level 4, might not end up as bad as last game, but if it does, they just won't have any use of that hero almost.
It feels like the supports, though, from Fab5 are just, they're rotating a lot. They will spot out the Enigma, slowing him down with the concussor shot, but we do have a black hole available. Silence follow-up after the stun from the Wraith King. It's enough damage with top coming in. They'll get themselves another kill on this Enigma, man. He's 1 and 2 now, only picked up the soul
Chronos here
ring.
bottom lane, Sunstrike to follow, the time lock came out for some extra damage. And June, he gets himself a kill on the Doombringer. So just action all around, 6-5, 9 minutes in.
Yeah, a little bit of a revenge coming out from that Void, which I'm sure was probably hating on the Doom at this point. Constantly getting, you know, forced out of lane thanks to his ultimate. Things have been relatively quiet in the top lane. Silencer picking up a Hand of Midas will have his power treads completed momentarily, in addition to that. And yeah, I wanted to say the supports from Fab5, I think they're a little bit lower in levels just because they're more focused on smoke ganking and trying to create space for the rest of their team. And they're okay not hitting their level 6s early on, despite them having such a powerful and potent combo on both of those level 6s. Shadow Demon is coming to the top lane, along with the Enigma. Troll. Man, this guy has only 20 last hits to his name. He is hella poor.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the net worth charts as well, the Templar Assassin and the Silencer are just so far ahead, but mid lane Invoker, one more right click might do the job, and indeed it will. Templar Assassin just completely a wrecking ball, but now with the Force Pierce, with the Demonic Burst, actually they're gonna get the counter kill, or are the Refraction comes out, will it be enough? Oh man.
I think it should be just enough. Yeah, the bottle charges doing their work as well. Shadow Demon or Templar Assassin is a-okay. She may have to go home though, we'll see.
And Refraction OP.
It's a good ability, man. It's one of the reasons why she's such a potent mid laner. Allows her to win against a lot of different heroes.
Well, lucky for them, just getting a kill and getting away scotch-free as well. So really well done, 7-5 now. Looking at the graphs, it is a pretty solid 3k gold lead 11 minutes into the game. XP though, just zeroed out, and that's the power of an Enigma, I think.
Yeah. They were giving more experience to the supports, and yeah, we really are seeing that Enigma make that difference. Troll is even farming the jungle, man. That's how bad of a game he has had. So I'm looking to this Faceless Void, and even somewhat, I guess, the Invoker and the Enigma to kind of pick up the slack, but Enigma has had 2 deaths to his name. He's starting to recover, picked up some Naked Boots as well as a Buckler, so he will be moving into that mech pretty soon, but Shadow Demon could be in a bit of trouble. He's okay, though. With the Tranquil Boots, he'll back away just after placing that ward.
Yeah, I was pretty sure the Templar is just gonna lay down a Psionic Crack, get the slow, concussion shot to follow, and maybe get an easy kill, but there's no need for them to just take too many risks at the moment. Just keep on farming up. They probably know that they have an advantage as it is, especially since the Silencer is just getting so much out of his Hand of Midas and just pure last hits.
Yeah, he is getting pretty fat pretty fast. I'm wondering if it will be like a fast Agnum Scepter build from him. Just, you know, really trying to, you know, put the hurt on the enemy team. Skyreth, though, could be in a bit of trouble. Invoker is around the lane. And, yeah, it looks like he's going to go onto this Invoker. We'll get silenced, but, oh man, the right click's doing so much damage. One more will secure the kill. Skyreth, can he juke and jive his way out of here? It looks like, yes, he will survive.
I have to say I was a little bit surprised that he didn't even try to go for a Sunstrike scouting one. I guess he didn't really want to invoke any other spells.
Bottom lane, though. We're going to have a TPN from the Shadow Demon. They're slowing down the Doom. Ultimate coming out from the Troll Warlord. There's your Demonic Perch, locking him in place. There's the Doom onto the Troll Warlord. Sunstrike will not connect, but it should be enough damage. Now the slow, though, coming in from the TA. It's going to be a turnaround. They get a kill on the Troll, and it's only a matter of time. The Disruption buying a second or two, but Shadow Demon, he falls as well. They save the Doom very narrowly, and top lane, they also get a kill onto the Silencer, who did pop his ultimate, so deaths all around.
Yeah, the Global Silence came out after the Chronosphere though, so he took a lot of damage before already. Was moderately tanky, to be honest. I thought might go down even faster, but in the end, it still favors the side of Fab5 this exchange. Yes, losing the Silencer is never good, but they got 2 kills in the bottom lane. The Doombringer made it out alive, and they're gonna get the tier 1 as well.
Very nice. So, from the look of things, 9-6, just under 14 minutes into the match. Kawaii not in the same commanding position that they were last game, but I know we always have to allude to the big wombo combo that they have on their team. If they get that perfect, Faceless Void ultimate, then the Black Hole Invoker throwing down the Meteor, with all the other abilities just being thrown in there, it's just a complete concoction of death. And that is something that a lot of the squishies over on Fab5 will have to worry about.
Yeah, they definitely do. And, well, we're yet to see, like, any massive combos. I think it was the first Chronosphere. Never mind, it was the second Chronosphere I think we saw used on the Silencer, their top lane just now. But they're really not going too active. But Blink from Temper Assassin going on to the Invoker solo. But the Force Spirit just helps so much to take care of the refraction.
Concussive shot though. Still though, that's not a level 6 Skywrath. Now we'll see the Demonic Purge come onto the TA as well. Refraction comes up just in time, buying her enough to escape. But Skywrath not so lucky, as he does end up going down. He pays the iron price, still not level 6. I really wish they would just get the Skywrath, like the rest of that level on him. Even Wraith Kings managed to get up to level 7 now, but really, hold on a second though. Black Hole being committed onto the TA, but who cares, man? It's just the TA alone. Sai's going to end up paying with his life. That was a very questionable decision.
That was not coordinated in the least by their team. I mean, Enigma definitely shouldn't even have stuck around. I mean, his teammates were like, yeah guys, we're gonna go back and farm or do whatever. But Enigma, I don't know if he wanted to farm up the enemy jungle, got a little bit greedy there. But Temper Assassin knew where he was, blinked in and just completely went for it. And by the way, I loved the Game of Thrones reference there, man.
Ah, you're welcome. You are welcome. By the way, Smoke Gank coming bot, Shadow Demon and Invoker. They're looking to pick up a target. The Skywrath could be found, and the smoke will be revealed. Yeah, Concussive Shot just used. We'll have a TP rotation as well, though. Maybe Fab5 can turn this around. They do have the wards on their side, so they can spot if Kawaii kind of come back and try to make something happen. But from the look of things, no, nothing's really happening.
Yeah, well, they're grouped up as 5 bottom lane, and they smoke up now as well. I was like, should they pressure tier 2s or what? But gonna look for an easy kill and then maybe get tier 2, maybe even go for Roche. I mean, they have a Temper Assassin after all.
Yeah, that's true. I would like that. Meanwhile, though, bottom lane, they'll have a silence onto the Invoker with a follow-up stun. Oh, Disruption, though, buying some time. There's your ultimate from the Silencer. They're going to chase down the Shadow Demon. They get the Invoker on the back end. And the final right-click from the Doom secures the kill there. We'll see Wraith King, his ultimate getting popped. And the Enigma, his ult's on cooldown. He will fall. It's a 3-4-0. They do pop the Reincarnation, but that's a trade that the Wraith King is more than happy to make. And he already has his Blink Dagger on top of this. So with the mech charge being used, this is looking like a potential tier 2 tower that could be taken by Fabulous 5.
Yeah, it could. They're gonna get another kill.
Oh no, they put the Doom on him! Faceless Void, oh no. That was a Doom well spent because the Faceless Void had his ultimate and was just about to time lock away from that position. So they get the kill on the Void after killing off almost everybody else. They get the tier 2 tower, and all of a sudden, 14-7. And Fab5, they got a very nice advantage coming into this mid-game.
Yeah, they're gonna get the tier 1 mid lane now as well, so much gold going their way. I mean, they already have almost the 8,000 gold lead as it is, actually now updating to 10k. And XP also 5,000, so they're definitely in the driver's seat. Blink Dagger picked up on Doombringer as well. It was there on Gimli before the initiation of the last fight at the tier 2 already. So they have their own initiation, actually triple Blink Daggers for them, which means that they have a pretty good buffer between the enemy team and their own Silencer. So the Silencer should be safe to just pop his ultimate once the Chrono or Black Hole comes out.
That's true. About 30 seconds or so for that Silencer ultimate to come back online. So let's keep that in mind, though. We're going to have a go here on the TA. She way overstepped her boundaries and just gets completely obliterated by the combo of these heroes coming out from Kawaii. They're going to move forward. There's a Chronosphere and double one onto the Skywrath and the Wraith King. So we will see Skyfall. Meanwhile, on the other side, Doom, he probably will not survive this engagement as well. Surrounded on all sides. And yeah, the Cold Snap to help finish the job. There's just way too many illusions and summons there, plus all of the heroes. around and about. So that's a 3-for-0. Kawaii showing signs of life. They easily defend the tier 1 tower, and I'm just unsure what this Templar Assassin was really up to.
Yeah, they didn't have any vision at all at the tower, so he didn't know there are any heroes there. He thought like, yeah, Kawaii, they're probably not gonna defend at all, so I'm just gonna go for the tier 1. I can't be bothered to wait for the creep. Suddenly running into an Invoker, Shadow Demon, immediate Demonic Purge there as well, with a Soul Catcher. Oh man, and just... they gave away so much all of a sudden. I mean, a tower plus 3 kills on cores that were higher levels than the dire side by far. So, really nice, like, mini comeback sort of engagement there for the dire side.
Yeah, I mean, if we look at the overall score, it's 14-10. Experience is about 2,000 or so into the Radiant's favor, so they're okay there. The gold advantage is much higher, up to 8,000 in the advantage, and I suppose that Hand of Midas from Silencer really doing work. And by the way, the Silencer has picked up that Agnum Scepter just under 20 minutes into the match, so that's definitely not bad at all. We will see, however, the Dire, they have moved into the Roshan pit, and who knows, maybe it's a bait. There are some traps here from the TA that kind of spot what's going on. And, I mean, even though they have that Roshan Dire advantage, I'm not sure if they can just go into the pit and easily take it.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be that easy for them. If they had Medallion of Courage, they could do it probably pretty damn fast with the Troll Ultimate, and, well, Fervor is only level 1. I do believe, though, that if Fab5, they just take one fight, maybe even pick off one core hero, like Faceless Void or Enigma for an example, they could go for a Roche for themselves. Quite easy.
And yeah, it's just turning into a positioning war at this point. The Forged Spirits are going to spot the Templar Assassin, forcing her back. And beyond that, I suppose it's just heroes kind of from both sides. The farmers, they're just kind of... they're alert, but for the time being, they are in the jungle. I also want to point out Troll Warlord has managed to pick up a Vladimir's offering, so he at least has something to kind of help out his team and keep him alive for a little bit longer in these team fights. A little bit of dewarding from the Enigma as well near that Roshan pit, so that'll be a nice little boon to the Dire side, just knowing that there is a severe lack of vision from the Radiant end in that general area. I mean, look at how many sentry wards as well as normal wards are just around the pit.
Yeah, they want to make absolutely sure, I guess. They want to push up outer lanes a little bit and maybe try to sneak for a Roche. I mean, if you're behind, it's definitely not a bad thing to try to go for. They're even clearing up the Psionic Trap that was in the Roche pit. If Enigma just got some Eidolons there as well, it could go fast enough, I think. So, are they just willing to take the risk? That's the question.
I don't know if this is a risk they can take. They're going to move into the pit. Will they commit? That is the question. It does look like it. They want to actually start the fight, so Roshan will begin to slowly go down, but there are a lot of heroes from Fab5 nearby. They hear the ultimate, they gotta know that something's going on, but Roshan is falling extremely fast now with the ultimate, the Fervor doing absolute work. Roshan, down he goes. But here comes the teamfight follow-up. Nice ultimate coming out from that Skywrath Mage. Now there's the Black Hole follow-up after the silence. Holy crap, everybody from Kawaii, they're just being dragged into there. So far, 2 members dead. The Troll Warlord so low on health. Will he end up falling? Yes, he does. And there's that Doom. He puts it onto the Faceless Void. The Aegis has been expended. And yeah, down he goes. Meanwhile, this Invoker, not long for this world, is trying to juke around the trees, but it'll get hit with the stun, finished off by the Templar Assassin. This has turned into an absolute disaster over on Kawaii's end. They lost 4 members. They lost the Aegis. And what did Fab5 lose? They lost a Reincarnation. And that's it.
Oh, this was so horrible, to be honest. I thought, like, okay, they got the Aegis, maybe it's gonna be fine, especially since the disruption came out on the Enigma before the global silence came out, so Enigma actually wasn't affected by the silence at all. Came out of the disruption, went for an
Shadow Demon. It looks like he may have fallen, but he just got hit by the Templar Assassin Mel damage. He's A-okay, but still brought down the half health. Anyway, sorry, what were you saying, Couchroy?
Yeah, when the Black Hole came out, since it didn't get global silence, I was like, maybe they can turn it around, but catching 2 really wasn't enough, especially since the Invoker, he was still silenced up. So couldn't really follow up properly into the Black Hole, just blow up the 2 heroes immediately. And of course, I mean, Faceless Void dying, then coming back from the Aegis, but immediately doomed up, so not even a chance for a Chronosphere there. And they really need at the moment the Faceless Void to time walk in, get the Chrono, and just have the Enigma run in for the Black Hole positioning, since his farm is pretty damn low. He doesn't really have a Blink Dagger, not to speak of course, a BKB to just make sure you can get a decent enough Black Hole. But top lane, the time walk goes with the Chrono as well, the Temper Assassin, he might go down to this. There's Supercell just right-clicking away, and Sunstrike will end up the kill.
Yep, so at least they have that. They got a free kill on the Templar Assassin at least, but still, I mean, look at the TA's items. She has a Yasha, a Mithril Hammer already in her inventory, which means we will eventually be seeing that Desolator, and once TA gets a Desolator online, with the mobility and speed from the Blink Dagger Yasha combo, she just turns into a Wrecking Ball, man. It's so hard to really deal with the DPS she can put out. Even like the Troll Warlord and Faceless Void are going to have issues against her.
Yeah, they most likely are, and just look at Tendon. He's only a recipe away from a Refresher or one Silencer, and almost just a level away from that level 3 Global Silence as well.
I actually really like how kind of almost passive the Silencer's been playing throughout the game. He has stolen 14 intelligence total, but really just focusing on his farm and, you know, getting up those important items like the Scepter and the Refresher Orb.
Yeah, it's pretty good for them for sure at the moment, and there's a Shadow Blade now on Supercell on the Troll Warlord. I'm not too sure how to feel about this item pickup, especially when you're behind, kind of.
Yeah, it does feel a little odd. I mean, the item works well on Troll. It gives him more attack speed and some damage, which is always nice. As well as, I guess, a survivability mechanism, or escape mechanism. Maybe he can pick off a support hero there, but I don't know, like, I don't see him taking out someone like the Doom, for instance.
I mean, I guess it's like, you get Global Silence, you try to Shadow Blade out of the fight, just to be on the safe side or something like that. But Enigma, he has himself finally the Blink Dagger as well. Maybe, just maybe, it will be enough to turn it around, but I feel like they somehow have to bait out the Global Silence without actually endangering themselves too much in that fight.
Yeah, and I mean, when you look at the Enigma, there are other good Doom targets on Kawaii's team, but at the end of the day, if they really want to commit that Doom on the Enigma, I mean, nothing's going to really save him from that. He could get a BKB, and then he's still kind of interrupted anyway, so I don't know, man. It's still... Kawaii are fighting, they're holding on, but after that last big Roshan fight, it just seems like they can't really go toe-to-toe with Fab5's lineup.
Yeah, it definitely feels like, but they want to get the solo pick of Doom. Gonna get Cold Snap up, right click's coming, with the Whirling Axis as well, and well, Doombringer just couldn't do anything at all.
He's actually not that tanky if you look at him. He has a mechanism, but that's about it. No other items that kind of keep him alive or keep him tanky, like no, you know, Assault Cuirass or Shiva's Guard, anything like that. He has saved up about 4,000 gold, though. And in mid lane, though, we're going to have a little bit of action. Silence onto the Faceless Void. After he uses the ultimate, we'll see the ultimate of Wraith King being activated as well. He's brought down to about half health. He should end up falling. And indeed, down goes that Wraith King. The killing spree has been ended. So... you know, Kawaii, they're getting these crucial pickoffs here and there on important targets, just to kind of stay in this game.
Yeah, they're just buying time at the moment, just being able to push out the lanes, getting some extra farm. I mean, Faceless Void will be close to his own BKB, although even with the BKB just now Desolator finished up on top Templar Assassin, it's gonna hurt so much, it's not even funny really. And Silencer, he has his Refresher Orb finished as well, so Faceless Void, his BKB is going to be crucial, but how much will it actually do when you yourself aren't enough to kill off any enemy heroes almost, and still the entirety of his team will be under the effects of Global Silence at the same time.
That's true, and man, Silencer, he's just getting scarier and scarier, man. I'm actually starting to wonder when we'll see Fab5 just straight up go for a team fight. I feel like they have all the tools they need to easily win something. There is one tier 2 tower remaining, so maybe they want to get that. Maybe they want to even wait for the next Roshan to spawn, which will be maybe 5 minutes or so, maybe a bit longer. But I want to see engagements from Fab5. They have the ability to. Why not go for it?
Yeah, They definitely could force the issue. I mean, if they just give him enough time for more BKBs to come out on Kawaii, the wombo might just kind of overwhelm them. Although even if the wombo combo, just where's the damage output coming for Troll? He's going for some at least. Working towards the meta style actually at the moment. Deciding to pick up the recipe before going for the ultimate orb. So they're getting something, and they're even pushing the tier 2 tower bottom lane, and looks like Fab5, they want to go for the trade. Tier 2 for tier 2.
That's really the best that Fab5 can hope for. There's no way they can fight head on, but we will have a TP rotation in from the Wraith King. He instantly blinks away. So maybe they'll actually be able to save this tier 2 tower. It felt like it was like kind of a scare technique to make Kawaii kind of back up while they end up taking the tier 2 tower top. I don't think he's going to get a deny or anything on this. And yeah, it's just tower for tower. Meanwhile, Fab5, are they going to push into the tier 3? They do not have the Wraith Gang with them. He's actually smoked up. His ultimate will be off of cooldown, so maybe he's looking to like find a pick off, force a TP cancel. And he will be spotted by the Troll Warlord. So backing away from that, but I'm really looking to see what's going to happen up at this tier 3 tower. It's already down to half health, by the way. Like I said, TA damage, nothing to scoff at, but we'll have. Faceless Void uses the ultimate, activates the BKB. There is a refresher double silence. Holy crap. I think those actually overlapped.
Yeah, he definitely used it a little bit too soon. Maybe a little bit of panic mode, but then again, just made sure that the Temper Assassin survives. They're in no rush at the moment to just force the issue. I mean, Brave King wasn't there as well, so I don't think they wanted to take a full-fledged team fight anyway. Maybe a little bit of misplace, but in the end, they can just wait out both the Refresher Orb as well as the Global Silence cooldown. And then go again in about 2 minutes time, just farm up the next set of items now. And of course, Shiva's card was just about to be delivered on Doombringer, so without that, the fight would have been a little bit unfavorable for them as well. So next fight, when they have all their ultimates back up, just all the items that they need, push out the lanes before, and then maybe go for the game deciding push.
Yeah, I suppose so. It certainly wasn't like a devastating mistake or anything like that, just a bit of a fat finger. And yeah, I guess once they pick up another big item or two, then yeah, we'll go ahead and see Fab5 go in there and really try to take one of those tier 3 towers. Templar Assassin up to about 3,000 gold, so maybe we'll see her finish up that Manta style, as the Yasha already completed. Meanwhile, looking over at the Wraith King, he doesn't have a lot of money, but he's already completed the Sange, so probably going to be building up a Heaven's Halberd.
Yeah, it's, I mean, not a bad item against Troll Warlord, I think. And even the Faceless Void if need be, once his BKB wears off, just completely disarming him even in the Chronosphere.
Yeah, well, at this point it seems like the teams have certainly... They've backed off a little bit. They're not necessarily looking to fight too much, just trying to do their best to farm up some crucial items. Enigma, what do you think he's building into as far as his next item is concerned? He has up to 2,400 gold so far unspent. But as I say that, we have a lot of members. Fab5 in the mid lane. They could jump on this Enigma if he's not careful. He does have a Blink Dagger of his own. And yeah, he just blinks away, so no actual engagements happening there.
Yeah, and some more items just got picked up. Necro level 2, Finch and Invoker. So just trying to play the rat game at the moment, it feels like. Just trying to split, push it out. Delay tactics, really. Manta style Finch and the Troll Warlord. And HM picked up on Skyrock Mage. So when you're ahead, get further ahead. Just get complete map control and box the enemy into their own base. Make sure that their economy is completely just smashed. And I mean, they can really siege towers reasonably well as well, I think.
Yeah, I really do like the gym pickup. Just because of the warding has actually been pretty darn solid from Kawaii throughout this entire series. If you look at the enemy jungle, I mean, everything's basically warded up. Roshan has respawned, however. So this does look to be the next big point of contestation. Faces are Enigma. He instantly blinks away. We'll see Fab5. They move inside the Roshan pit. And, I mean, just everybody from Kawaii is out of position. They actually can't contest this whatsoever. And Fab5, they know this. They absolutely know what's going on here. They're going to basically give up Roshan. And Enigma's going to move in there trying to do some type of Aegis steal, but he ends up just sacrificing himself.
That was awkward to say the least, to be honest. At least Supercell applied some pressure on the tier 3 on the bottom lane. And of course tier 2 by the Invoker on the top lane. But I was like, Enigma, maybe huge snatch, but he would have more or less just gone down a second time anyway. But then again, with no ages on, well, at the moment the Temper Assassin, it would have been so much easier for them to take the next fight, I guess. Still, I'm not too sure if that champion was worth it. At least he didn't just go champion Black Hole while there was no assistance at all.
Yeah, it was very wasted. So, looking kind of where things are right now, I want to check out the graphs. We haven't really poked at those in a while. Surprisingly, the experience is relatively even. The Radiant only about 5,000 ahead, but when you look at the gold graph, it's a completely different story. Over 10,000 gold advantage over for Fab5. Also, they pretty much have the team fight advantage, I feel. The Wombo combo is just not cutting it when it comes to these fights. The double global silence.
Troll gonna go for Den with the double damage from Shadow Blade up as well. He's gonna go for it. Oh, but the running axis miss.
I think, yeah, he still finishes him off, though. Meanwhile, top lane, there's a lot of action happening as well. Chrono going on to the Templar Assassin. They've picked off the Invoker, but Skywrath Mage uses the ultimate. It lands very well on Faceless Void, but he activates the BKB. Top comes in, cleans up, makes sure that the gem stays on their side, and oh my gosh, that DPS, crap. Man. It's a sight to behold.
Temper Assassin, just such a sick hero. I mean, between the Meld and the Desolator, that's minus 15 armor already, and Faceless Void, he's sitting at 11. Plus, of course, Mask of Madness activated. Really doesn't help with your survivability at all. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Wraith King picks up the gem, by the way. He's finished up his Heaven's Albert, and maybe when Silencer comes back, we'll see them actually go for something up in the top lane. I would like to see something happen anyway. Bottom lane, though, they're going to move on the Troll. Do they have the detection? That's the question. The Gem Holder up in that top lane, they won't be able to finish up the Trolls, so it looks like, at least in this instance, the Shadow Blade has proven to be a useful pickup on the Troll Warlord.
Yeah, he's really making stuff happen with that. And of course the double damage rune was just exceptional for him to get a kill on the Silencer like that. And the Silencer, like, he has 2k HP almost. Yet, with the double damage Troll just right-clicking away at you, getting the extra attack speed from the fervor as well, he's still just kind of melted. So he needs his team to be his backup, kind of, or just create enough chaos in the fight to make sure that the Silencer doesn't get focused. But between the Temper Assassin and now, even the Silencer's right-clicks hurt a reasonable amount with the pure damage coming in from the Claves of Wisdom. They just have so much between themselves, whereas, for example, the Faceless Void has absolutely nothing apart from just getting some time locks.
Yeah, it's a poor man's Faceless Void. Even though he's 5-4, this game just hasn't really found the farm that he's wanted. Fab5, it looks like they finally want to go ahead, move in here, do some damage to the tower. We'll see a Sun onto the Enigma, and Disruption buying some time. Can he get the Black Hole off, though? He blinks away. No Black Hole quite yet. We'll see the Meteor come out. Wraith King, low on health, healed up a little bit, and we'll see that Reincarnation get popped. Faceless Void, nice double man Chrono. They're going to take down top, the main damage dealer. Can they get the Doom as well? It looks like they are forced to back away. Aegis already being popped now for the Templar Assassin, but the Wraith King, he's down out of the picture. We are seeing Fab5 defending, and they still have that Black Hole if it needs to be used.
Yeah, but can they actually... Oh no, Demonic Purge onto the Doombringer. He kills the Necro Warrior, I think. Oh, never mind. He did not, but he went down so fast anyway. Now they're gonna go for more. 2 down already top. He falls the 3rd. And they haven't lost a single hero. Black Hole onto the Silencer. No Global Silence. Number 2 for him. And man, they just did it. They turned it around. Are they gonna get the 5th? No, he gets the TP out. But that was a flawless defense there.
Wow. Okay. I was not really expecting that, but I guess I underestimated the power of the Wombo combo. They didn't even need it. It was like the threat of all of those abilities kept, I guess, Fab5 kind of playing a little bit more conservatively, and they were able to use them one by one. They got good pickoffs one after the other. It felt like the reincarnation from Wraith King just accomplished nothing.
Supercell gonna go for the Skydraft, the slow. Is it gonna be enough? The Mystic Flare as well, the Manta Style does help a little bit. And Troll, he survives, and actually he's picked himself up a Diffusal Blade as well.
Ooh, interesting. Well, I suppose he's removing mana off of anybody that he starts right-clicking down. So that's useful. And what a turnaround, man. It's actually 20-21. Kawaii, they're moving in, trying to take the tier 3. Fab5, they had complete control over this game. What's happened to them, man? Things have just completely, turned on their heads.
Yeah, and now, I mean, Temper Assassin, he has himself a Crystallis, since he was like, yeah, he bought back anyway, so for another 6 minutes almost, he can buy anything he wants. But if by any chance he goes down now, without a buyback, it just might be crashing for them. Of course, depending how the rest of the teamfight goes as well. But for example, Doombringer, he has 3.5k gold. I really think he might actually at this point even want to invest into a BKB, because last time he thought his tanky just went into the front lines and suddenly Soulcatcher, Demonic Purge, Chaos Meteor I think was used there as well for him. And even the Doombringer just completely got squished.
I have to agree, man. I want to see a Black King bar on this Doom. Either that or like a heart, something to just, really allow him to tank up. He's also picked up the Envenomed Weapon passive from eating one of these creeps up, so I hope he goes ahead and fixes that up. We'll spot the Enigma. He just teleports away. And yeah, man, just after that extremely failed attempt from Fab5, we'll see Enigma pick up a Black King bar. And looking over at Faceless Void, he's picked up a Crystallis now. The Daedalus are not too far off, but they're going to push in again. Can we see them take a crack at the base this time around? 4-step forward into Disruption onto this Tempo Assassin. She is not in the best of positions. We'll see the Global Silence, though, buying a lot of time, really helping out Fab5. This Wraith King going balls deep onto the Invoker. Double Silence follow-up. I think this Invoker will simply fall. Down he goes. Could the Shadow Demon die as well? Wraith King, he uses his wand just to make sure he can go ahead and get that ultimate off. Meanwhile, towards the bottom, or towards the middle tower, this tier 3, will we actually see it fall? No. Fab5, they back away. They realize that the Troll Lord is in full-on rat mode. He gets away with the Shadow Blade. Look at that, man. What an amazing trade for Kawaii.
How the hell are they doing this? I mean, we didn't see a Chrono because Faceless Void, he actually didn't have enough mana after the double ultimate from the Silencer, but now they know that the Silence, there isn't going to be a single one, and they still have Black Hole as well as the Chronosphere ready if need be. And this is a huge turnaround to say the least, and there's a BKB suddenly finished on Troll as well. They're one melee barracks ahead. Roshan, we're going to see when it respawns soon enough. But looking at the XP graph, it's actually almost a 10k swing altogether. It's almost 10, not 10,000, 5,000 in Kawaii's favor, and Goldcraft only 2,000 difference.
I know, man. What a crazy turnaround, dude. I really was, like I said, I wasn't expecting this, but Kawaii, it feels like maybe they have a little bit more experience and just a better decision making. And I mean, they're ahead, man. I think they're actually ahead right now. They took down the melee barracks in the top lane.
Supercell, he's going sneaky. He wants the Silencer.
Oh, can he get him though? Under the tower. They'll slow him down. Sunstrike follow up as well with the Fervor, with that ultimate, the Battle Trance. They get a kill, and the Silencer. Is it just me, or has Silencer been really underwhelming this game?
Yeah, I mean, his ultimates were good. Oh, they get the kill mid lane as well. So Scar of Mage goes down. Not too big of a deal, to be honest, but I mean, the Silence, the Global Silence completely wrecked that one fight at Roshan Pit earlier on, when it was like a 4 or 3-0 exchange or something because of it. But from some point onwards, I think that Fab5, they just didn't force the issue on one lane well enough. They were like trying to defend with one hero and not going for the proper trades or something, and just getting some solo pickoffs. For example, Doombringer dying solo, buying even more space for just Kawaii to get some of their items. And
bottom lane, the tower is already dead. They wasted the fortification. I also want to point out that the Skywrath did drop the gem, and it's now on the Faceless Void. So that was kind of a big advantage to getting that pick off on the Skywrath about 30 seconds ago. They still, though, they're not necessarily pushing up to the high ground. They want to go for Roshan. He is not back just quite yet, but I mean, he'll be back in that pit pretty darn soon. And also, this is the third Roshan kill. If it happens, which means the cheese will be over to Kawaii if they manage to take out the big bad guy.
Oh man, look at the Shadow Demon, where he's positioning himself at the moment, just pushing out the mid lane solo. And now there's a Daedalus finished up as well on June's Faceless Void, even has enough for an additional buyback as well if need be. Invoker is the only one with a buyback actually on cooldown for another 2 minutes and 40 seconds on the dire side. But both Enigma as well as the Faceless Void have it. So in some sense it would even make sense for them to just die into a Global Silence or Doom before activating the ultimate, rather than having their ultimates used for nothing and then just buy back and win a team fight in return. But of course that's just such a hard thing to pull off as it is.
Well, Templar Assassins picked up a Chrysalis, moving into that Daedalus. I suppose eventually she also has picked up Boots of Travel, so she's getting close to being 6-slotted. We do not yet have a Sheepstick on the Silencer. I'm assuming that will be his next item of choice. Skywrath, so incredibly broke, doesn't even have a single core item to his name. The Wraith King, besides...
Supercell, his man fighting top, the Sunstrike is coming out as well. Can he actually chase him down? The BKB is there, the Diffusal Blade to slow down Temper Assassin, Whirling Axis, a few more Rikers, one.
He gets it, man. And he'll just Shadow Blade away. The dust is used, but... I mean, Troll Warlord's already way out of there. He is actually extremely fast with the Shadow Blade, but the stun will connect, and then there it is, Mystic Flare. It's not enough, though. Troll Warlord just a little bit too darn tanky. He's going to turn it around, but gets silenced. Down he goes. And Wraith King picking up a nice bounty of 657 gold. Top lane, though, Doom onto the Invoker, who's trying to do a bit of rat action. Can he actually survive this? One more right click. No, he will go down. So it ends up being a 2-for-1 trade, but... they do get the ranged barracks in the top lane.
And space created.
Yep, space created. Roshan falls. Who will get the cheese? Enigma does. He does have the gem on him as well. Faceless Void will grab the Aegis. So, overall, definitely a more favorable trade for the Dire, for these guys, Kawaii.
Yeah, and the gold graph actually, for the first time in this game, has gone into the Dire side's favor. It's only 1k gold lead, but... at least it's still something for them. And they're just purchasing Hand of Midas and selling them back at the moment. I guess they're just doing it out of choice. Hand of Midas.
I guess so. They're feeling rich, man. They are feeling rich. Well, putting on a little show for us regardless. Silencer has picked up the Scythe of Vice, so at least he does have that on Refresher. The Rat is strong coming in from Kawaii. They're really pushing down this bottom lane, looking to take down these melee and ranged barracks pretty easily. We have to see some teleports coming in very fast, but Wraith King, Doom, and Silencer, none of them have TP scrolls. They will chase away the Faceless Void, who is actually down to 500 health. But still, man, that's playing with fire. You need to get those scrolls out.
Oh wow, it's, to be honest, Fab5, they're making some small mistakes. For example, now, like you mentioned, just not having TP scrolls, and way too many times did they let the troll escape just because they didn't have any detection. I mean, it feels like it's like in a pub where it's like, oh, only supports can buy detection. I'm a core hero, no way I'm gonna buy a dust for myself, although I'm the tanking power as it is, like for example Doombringer with a Blink Dagger. So those small mistakes have just been mounting up just, and the sum is that suddenly Fab5 game is hard, but Refresher Orb is on Doombringer, so double Doom is available if you can get it, if it doesn't just get demolished within the Black Hole or Chronosphere, for example. But
yeah, that's what I'm feeling. I think he really needs that BKB if he wants to get off the double Doom. If he has that, he should be able to live through things, unless he's absolutely focused fired completely and they realize what's going on from his end, because I mean, I suppose the double silence is very annoying to deal with, but the double Doom, that's going to be even more annoying. So both teams starting to get to that point where if they get the jump, I think the team that gets the jump will just straight up win the team fight.
Yeah, it might be so. And looking at the buyback stats, actually the entirety of the Dire team have buybacks, whereas only Temper Assassin at the moment has it on the Radiant side. That, oh, Gimli, he blinked in, but Sai, he got this blink out in time as well. And
oh, check out Troll's positioning. He's invisible behind enemy lines. He may just come in and start whacking away at one of these supports. And there'll be the Chronosphere, gets on two. Will come Troll Warlord as well. Using that Battle Trance, they are just demolishing both the Silencer and the Skywrath Mage. This is turning into a terrible position. 4 members down, and Templar Assassin, he's forced to teleport away. Wraith King will fall. It's a disaster. And I think that is the nail in the coffin. I do not see a comeback for Fab5 at this point. Kawaii, they won game number 1, and it's looking like they're going to win game number 2.
Man, it came down to exactly what you said. Who gets the initiation and just grabbing the silencer in the chronosphere. And just the attack speed coming out from the troll ultimate. It's so sick. It's like 3 hyperstones when you activate it. And just completely demolished. Well played. Even the black hole to follow up was pretty damn on spot as well. And to be honest, all I thought about after that fight is just that this rape just got turned into murder.
Let's not turn this rape into a murder. Oh, too late for that. We'll see the Dire barge down the middle lane. Kawaii looking to pick up a pretty easy pair of racks. They will throw out the fortification, but I mean, there's still dead heroes. Buyback from the Doom. I'm not sure about this. Well, I mean, what choice do they really have, I suppose, at this rate? Templar Assassin trying to do what damage she can. They're actually going to take down the Invoker. Does fall to the last hit from TA. Actually getting a double kill, taking down the Shadow Demon as well. Stun now coming out on the Enigma. Can they get him as well? He uses the cheese. Global Silence as well, but the BKB buying a bit of time for Sai. Can he escape? Blink forward from the Enigma. Double Silence as well. And, well, he will eventually get away. Faceless Void. The Aegis will get popped. Meanwhile, Troll Warlord, he's just going absolute ham onto the Silencer. Down goes the Silencer. 2 more buybacks. I don't think it's really going to matter, though. This is just, this is it, man. We've seen it. Kawaii, they came back. They've done it. They've taken down every single barracks. They got the Mega Creeps, the Super Creeps on their side. Only 1 Tier 4 tower remaining. And it's the last stand from Fab5, but really, they have no chance.
Look at
this
Gimli,
point.
man! Base race!
They're going for it.
Oh, backdoor, man. Not gonna happen. Oh, Enigma gets stunned, but he's gonna be fine. And well, against Mega Creeps, it's do or die at the moment, but every single hero, apart from, well, Invoker, but he's alive anyway, does have buyback on the Dire side. Shadow Demon respawned. So, I have no idea. I don't think they can do it. And oh, there's even an E-Blade pickup on the Shadow Demon now, man.
Why not, man? Why not? Alright, there we go. The GG is called out by Fab5. They realize, okay, we're just, we're fooling around, we're monkeying around at this point. That's gonna be it. 50-minute game. Kawaii were behind for the longest time. It really felt like after the amazing start, Fab5 was going to, you know, pretty easily take the game, but I suppose there was the window where they should have been more aggressive, push the issue, but they didn't. And it gave Kawaii the time to get those core items, the key items on the heroes that needed them, and eventually just, you know, after a really good defense on the high ground, the entire game turned around.
Yeah, I mean, that just goes to show that if you don't have, like, Mass Serpent Wars or something crazy to take down the towers, I mean, even Temper Assassin with a Desolator didn't end up working. And just, I mean, really well played, great patience overall by Kawaii on the Dire side, just defending high ground like absolute bosses, and Troll Warlord just doing the split push game, forcing at least one hero from Fab5 back all the time so that their high ground push actually wasn't as devastating or as scary. Just slowly coming back into the game and turning it around completely.
Indeed. Well, I believe that's about it for the broadcast. Shall we do shoutouts and all that fun stuff?
Indeed, and well, I guess we can start with just huge shout out to all the viewers, of course, and to Join Dota League and Join Dota overall for organizing this league, just allowing us to cast it as well as just those awesome teams to play it. Great entertainment, and of course, huge thanks to you, Whiplash, for casting with me. And where can people find you?
Well, if you guys enjoyed the casting or want to know a little bit more about me, you can follow me on Twitter at YeahWhiplash or on Facebook, facebook.com/WhiplasheSports, and of course, be sure to follow Coucher as well. Where can they find you, man?
It's at Coucher on Twitter as well as Facebook. So you can find me there, but most importantly, we are at least like 99% of the time probably casting for HeflaTV as it is. So if you want to see more of us casting and just more of HeflaTV, we are casting almost every day when there are games coming up. So it's HeflaTV on all the social media, Facebook, Twitter, even VK for the Russian fans. And our VODs, which are uploaded almost immediately after the games usually, they are up on youtube.com/HeflaMoke. And of course the links are below the stream, as it is anyway as well. So you can check those out, but thank you so much once again for tuning in. And if you want some more action, actually, there is some on the channel HeflaMoke. It's Family versus P5, which is still going on, so I'm gonna host that channel as well. But yes guys, thanks for watching again and have a good evening.